Alright boys, welcome back. So season 5 has basically just started, so it's time to do an updated tier list. We haven't done one since season 3 because I've just been busy these past few weeks. And also I kind of want to change how I do tier lists. Firstly, I used to showcase my previous month and then update it. We're not doing that anymore. I'm just going to show you the new one. Also, we're not really doing a PVE tier list because PVE is so bare bones right now. There's not that much hard content. You can see it on screen now. It's as simple as it gets. If a character's AoE, they're good for farming. If a character's got single target damage, they're going to be good for boss fights. You have a range of support characters that you want to bring, typically depending on what boss you're fighting. And of course, you have Raya and Asta, who are just like the best nukes in the game. Asta going anti-magic, just one-shotting every boss essentially. And then Raya, whenever you want to also use Asta at like another stage of a fight. And yeah, Raya's another good nuker as well. It's simple as that. Like, there's no point ranking all these characters because when we get more better PvE content, then we'll start doing that. But for now, we're just going to focus on PvP because that is kind of the main content of this game and what more or less people care about. Also, if you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below what character you're using, because I've realized with these tier lists, they're very hard to make. Because let's take this character for example. Clover Academy Jack is a character, if you fully max dupe him and his skill page, he actually is a pretty good character. But on my tier list, you can see he's on the C tier because he's a character not really worth building up. You can't get him because he is a seasonal character. So to me, it's not worth it. He's hard to get. You can't get him no more. And once again, you're better off investing into other characters and better characters. For me, even though the guy, if he was obviously, you know, max skill page, might be in like the A or S tier. But then we have characters like Black Asta or even Julius, who are 0-star without any dupes or any skill pages. They're not that good. But generally, these are characters that people should be maxing out. So for me, I'm kind of rating them at like the max level because that is what people should be doing. Even someone like Charlotte, who is kind of pretty good at 0-star, but you want to get the 2-star. Same for Noelle. We're going to be ranking these characters at 2-star where they should be. If that makes sense. Like, because these are characters you should be duping out. Yeah, honestly, I still don't know how to fully go about ranking characters. It's so hard because there's so many characters that get so much better at 5-star, but sometimes they're not worth it. But if I rank everyone at 5-star, then it's going to be very misleading because, like I said, Jack being a 5-star at S tier will be something that someone will see and use him and then think he's not that good. So it's, yeah, very tricky. But regardless, we're going to go through each character individually and talk about them. So let's start off with, obviously, S tier, that being Julius. It's Julius. He's still by far probably the best character in the game right now. Just especially with Charlotte coming out, he's much better. He's good for nuking bosses. He's just good for any content. I know this is more of a PvP tier list, but I thought I'd just mention that anyway. But still, Julius right now, especially with Charlotte coming out, having that defensive penetration buff, you can just nuke down any Black Asta. It's, yeah, generally insane. Next character on the list is going to be Charlotte. Charlotte, once again, I've been showcasing for the last few days now on the channel at a 0-star, and she is still very, very usable, but gets so much better, and it's insane how much better she gets when you do, obviously, get the 2-star, especially at 5-star max dupes. She is insane as well. You're going to see her a lot during the meta for the next few weeks and months until we do get characters like Spirit Dive. You know, that can kind of counter her in the future. So for now, yeah, she's going to stay in the S tier for a long time. Black Asta, once again, Black Asta, like when he's like max HP, is not the greatest character, but the fact that he can go below 30% and just be an actual threat. Once again, Julius doing all that he does just to kill one Asta, it's a lot, and this character is still broken, got a taunt as well, the total defense is getting a damage reduction. He's still such a broken character, and especially right now in PvP where you are versus bots, the fact that a bot sometime will mistakenly attack Asta, getting below 30%, and you have like a character they can just pop off with. And it's only going to get better with Witch Queen. If anything, Asta may go above. We are rating Witch Queen on the tier list, you can see in the S tier, but this is like a preempt tier list ranking for her because she is coming out this season. Noelle. So Noelle's a tricky one because once again, you want to get the 2-star just to be actually good. But then again, you still use the character at 0-star as well. I just think getting that damage increase at the start of the turn to make, once again, Julius do more damage is just too valuable. The attack level she does at the start of the turn just counters so many people. Julius doing almost no damage. Some in the world doing absolutely nothing. It's, yeah, kind of scary. She does do a lot of debuffing, and with Asta in the meta, they can actually get the debuff immunity, so she's not going to be too helpful. If anything, all she does is taunt, but that's still sometimes enough. Once again, I've still been using the character, and while they will get debuff immunity later on, there's still that one attack where you can pop off before Asta does get that block damage. I don't know, to me, she's still obviously top tier. William, he's going to be a character that's going to be meta for a long time, and this is simply because of his actual speed. His actual combo attack is really good too. You get defensive pen level 4 buff, so you can do like one big DPS skill, but with any character coming out with a good combo attack, they're always going to pair up with, obviously, the William, and you're seeing it right now. I mean, if you go towards the meta, I mean, I showcased the team yesterday. if you look at the league rankings, everyone's using this kind of similar team, right? William. Going down, this team here. I don't know how this guy's getting ranked higher. I'm not entirely too sure. Then with William, and the more you go down, you just keep on seeing William just because of his actual combo attack. You're noticing they're all pairing up with Julius because that is by far probably one of the best things to do right now. So yeah, for this season, William is by far an S tier, and will probably stay S tier for the next few seasons, I'd imagine, because I think he actually gets better with Mel Leon when it comes out later on. Okay, so the blue Charlotte is a bit tricky because this character has been in the top ranks and top teams for like the last few months, and still, to be fair, kind of is right now. But since we have a better Charlotte, this one just drops down 1 to 1 tier, in my opinion. Once again, if you have this Charlotte max dupe, max skill page dupe, it's probably actually better than the actual green one. But generally speaking, for the general player base, especially right now with the fact that you can summon for the actual new Charlotte and you can't get this one no more, it's just probably better to rank the actual green one a bit higher, and you get more use out of her at being like 0-star. Like, it's a character you want to dupe out, and the same goes for the actual green Charlotte, but I've been using the green Charlotte as 0-star no skill page for like the last few days. It's not that bad. This one, I don't think you can use at a low level. Summon a World, the first time she's been dethroned on the S tier, people are just getting more tanky now. There's more defensive stuff in the game to where she's not doing as much damage. She's also very squishy with the fact that there's that one turn. You can kind of stall out a little bit as well. She's not doing like... You can still use the character and pop off of her, but you do have to bring like a Julius, for example. And Julius needs to kill Black Asta because there's no way, like for me when I use her now, she's still obviously very, very good, which is why she's still an S tier, which is still high. You have to rely on Julius to kill the Black Asta. She can't do anything. She does absolutely nothing towards Black Asta, and especially when Black Asta does enter anti-magic and will be reliably doing that coming soon with Witch Queen. It's like she's not going to be that good anymore, I think. Or at least this is better things to do now with obviously nuking down with Julius, making Julius the best DPS possible with obviously Charlotte and William. And then, like, the world just kind of falls off a little bit. One of the characters I'm missing a bit, actually, and still annoy me, and I kind of regret it, is the actual Green Mimosa. She's still so toxic, man. Like, the heal is always a lot. I'm always scared of revive because it can just bring back a Black Asta you just nuke down, which will be just an absolute killer. The heal as well, the actual increased damage resistance as well. It's like, it's a lot, man. The character does so much as well. I've versed a few people where they hide this Mimosa in PvP, and you don't expect it because no one's using Mimosa. And then she's like, just kind of wins you the game. Once again, I feel like you don't need to dupe the character out. Moving on to Radis. Radis is still another good tank character. We're going to kind of speed through these next few ones here. You know, might be going up to SS once I do get hands-on gameplay with, like, the Witch Queen. The Witch Queen's kind of here just because she's going to be a really good character to make Black Asta better. But I do imagine once Witch Queen does come out, you know the Mono Red team's going to be probably the best team in the game. And this character's only going to get better. So, maybe a bit low on, you know, right now, but going to get a lot higher later on. Like I said, moving on to Witch Queen, she's a character that's going to literally make Asta go into anti-magic on command, which is just insane, and do one turn a big DPS character. Okay, so we're going to kind of speed run through these next few ones here and go over the important ones. Charmy is another good character. If you max duper, she's insane. Maybe I'm kind of ranking her a bit too low. She's at the top of A, so I can probably move her up to S tier if I wanted to, but I don't see her too much in PvP. But I think for this season, and once again, the fact that the blue Charlotte kind of moved down a little bit and now people are using the green one, you can see you're not really finding too many Charmies at all in the top tier PvP. So yeah, I think she's kind of on the borderline of A and S. Langer is a new character. One you probably want to get duped out here. So you probably will be pulling him a lot of times in the future. I haven't used him, but I've versed him and he does surprisingly do a lot of damage. Especially when he dupes out, he like full heals as well. Like, if you don't know how to play against him, you can somewhat choke a little bit. Like, if you find a max dupe one, it is going to be scary. And yeah, he can do a lot. Low is still good, but you're seeing less and less of him. Finral, we've kind of moved away from the speed meta, but we'll probably get a little better, and it's kind of why he's higher than Vatos. Maybe might even move into S tier once we do obviously get mono red, and you probably start to use that more. Charmy is a bit of a tricky one as well. She'll probably go a lot higher once you actually do have the mono red Witch Queen setup combo going on. I think she might now be a lot better now that we have the gear transcendence, because she can get a lot of magic attack. Might have to do more testing with her, but when I used her like a free-to-play level a little bit, she wasn't that good, but that's probably because I haven't built her up properly. Once again, if you can get her magic attack so high to where that ultimate does insane damage, it might be good. So I'll probably revisit her during the next tier list once we actually have hands-on gameplay with Witch Queen. So come back for this one. Magna I've not used at all. I'm not too sure what to rate him. He's, on paper, sounds good and looks good, but with mono red just having limited spaces, with the fact that you have to have Witch Queen, have to have Black Asta, have to have, you know, what's that fourth slot? It's probably going to go towards Charmy, but you could go towards, obviously, Magna, which is why these two are kind of next to each other on the same tier list. Mars, he's just not that good. He's literally just a worse Black Asta. you just, I don't know why people are still using him. Vatos is still good, but now you probably just rather use the green Charlotte, who's just kind of better. Okay, so Farna's a tricky one because she's currently not out right now, but from what I've seen in JP and where people rate her and where she kind of is right now, it's a character that can pop off and probably will pop off, but I think she gets better when Marileona comes out, if I'm not mistaken. So Marileona's not out right now, at least for this season, so she might move up to S later on, but for now I think she's going to go in A tier. Alright, so B tier, once again, we're not going to go for every single character, but Charlotte, still a good character, but now that we have the green one, you're probably going to use her. Ryan Licks, you might ask why they're so low. I don't know, I just personally, no one uses them. Sure, if you build them up and you have a crack loadout, you probably can use them, but generally speaking, if I find them, I'm going against them. Fagolion, I would say, is a character that is going to get a lot better later on. You can see he's kind of like SS plus in, obviously, the JP and KR tier list. That's because Marileona kind of makes him better. She's not out right now, so you don't want to use him. Goldery is one of the newer ones in the game, and he's very tricky to play around. As you can see by his passes here when you do enhance him, he does more stuff when he's max HP, 100%. And we saw with Fauna, the blue one, how bad that kind of makes and limits her. Goldery is a character that is, I think someone's been using a little bit in top tier PP if you fully max dupe him. But once again, not a character probably worth using, and a character that you definitely should have max dupe. And then, yeah, moving down to C tier, we're not going to talk about those characters because they kind of deserve to be there. But I want to put some focus on Vanessa, Yuno, and also Asta. These are characters that on JP have seen a bit of play when you have them max dupe, max skill page, because you could summon for them. And also on JP, they've given you a few ways to go back and summon old characters where we haven't. And these characters were free on Global, but have only returned during one season. Vanessa, if you are free to play a little bit, you can only get the 2-star dupes, which means she's kind of usable. But the fact that there's no feasible way to kind of get her to max dupes without actually spending universal dupe shards, it's, yeah, not worth it. I'm going to get her 2-star dupes in a few days' time, and I'll probably will move her up to like B or A. But the fact that she's just so limited on Global, you just shouldn't invest the time. It's not worth it. And then, yeah, D tier is D tier. To be fair, some people in C should probably move down as well, but it's kind of hard to distinguish against C and D because the general characters you probably don't use anyway. So, boys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Once again, let me know where you rank certain characters. Like I said in the video, it's very hard to make these tiers because, once again, I'm not ranking all of them at max dupes, but then some characters I do rank them at max dupe, but some I don't because they're not worth messing. It's a very tricky tier list, but boys, let me know what you think and where you would rank some characters, and I'll definitely change it once we do go to next season, which is definitely going to be a massive difference because we're going to actually have hands-on gameplay of Mono Red. We're probably going to have Marileona, a Judith rerun, Season 1 and Season 2 rerun as well. Things may shake up a little bit, so boys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.